Hello, this is Coach Charles Rendelman from Ithaca Archery, and today I'm working with archer named Il, who's been shooting for, about 6 months now, and we're going to be working on anchor placement under the jaw. So, thank you for watching. All right, so come on up to the shooting line, Il. If you don't mind, go ahead and shoot.
Yep.
Let's just start with one, maybe 2 arrows. And see what it looks like. So Il has noticed that when he anchors and then transfers, he's starting to feel his fingers, his hook, slipping off of the string, and that's been leading to a little bit of a gripping the string kind of dynamic, and then a more active releasing or letting go of the string than we would want ideally. And so in watching, I noticed that Il's contact point in anchor is simply hooking under the chin with his fingers around the string, and Il isn't using the whole hand along and under the jaw in a way that will give him a pivot point that isn't in the fingers. So to put that another way, when Il is transferring, the pivot point, the fulcrum for the transfer, is in the fingers, in the hook. And we would rather shift that back to the thumb. So today we're going to work just a little bit on how to reposition the anchor somewhat in order to shift the fulcrum of transfer into the thumb instead of the fingers. So go ahead and if you don't mind, put that arrow back in the quiver real quick, Il. And if you want to, we can you can put your bow back on the bow stand, and we're going to step back onto the shooting line, and I'm going to spend a couple of minutes with you. So what I would like to do, I'm left-handed, Il is right, so when I demonstrate the changes that I'm going to suggest to Il, I'm going to be facing the camera, but my bow hand is going to be pointed to your left rather than to the right, which is where the target is. So if you don't mind, Il, just step where you can see me. Right, I'm going to stand here. Trade places, and I would like for you maybe right over here on the other side of the bow. That'll work. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a good setup, coiling into alignment, drawing to load. And one of the things that we've talked about is that we want, right, especially with the mask, because it's kind of like a mask adjustment. We want the string to come to the nose, and we want the string to touch the chin, right? And then the anchor has been just to bring the anchor point, the hook of the finger, up and touch the chin, right? And you can see here that there's a gap.
Yeah,
there's a gap between. I call this the web, right? Where the first knuckle of my thumb and the first knuckle of my index finger, have this web here, and so what we're going to work on is coming back, draw to load, and then when we anchor, of course we're going to have string to nose to chin contact. And when we anchor, we're not going to change the placement of the hook, but what we want is for the web to drop under the mandible or the curve in the jaw here. And if we can achieve that, if we can do that, then the fulcrum changes from the hook of the index finger under the chin, actually, to this part so that the hook can actually stay still. And this is an exaggerated transfer for the camera, right? But as I come around, I'm using this point as my point of rotation rather than the hook. So come on up and let's trade places again, and we'll get busy on this without the bow real quick. And then actually I'm going to grab a band and we'll practice with the band a couple, 2-3 times. And then we'll get back to the bow. So if you don't mind, I don't even need to see your bow arm come up, but if you don't mind, kind of copy me. Just you're going to bring your hook up, right? And then you're going to coil the set alignment. Come on. Right? Right? Yeah, you do. You need the bow arm, right? Yeah. And then you're going to draw back. Now let's hold here, right? And what I would like for you to do at this point, right, rather than think just this, I'm gonna guide you. We're gonna take the whole there. And now I suspect you can feel thumb pressure, and when you transfer, right? Do you feel a different point of contact?
Yes, definitely. Because I've been doing this.
Yep. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But now, yeah. Definitely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try this with the band. And now that we're changing the fulcrum point, one of the things that I would like to point out is that I like the idea of string to nose, string to chin contact with the hook under the chin, and then this sort of the raising the hook up to make contact.
Right.
And I want to suggest that not only is the hook going to come up to make that contact, but if your hook is constant, you can relax, right? In order to bring it up to contact the jaw, the elbow is going to rise a little bit, and we want to think about it rising and coming back. Right. So in terms of the principle of follow through, tension and direction, if we're at setup, we're at about 60%, and then when we draw the load, we're about 80% loaded into the back. Anchor is about 90, and so that's the way we achieve that, right? Is as we're coming up to anchor, we're also coming up and back with the elbow. Right. Then we could throw in another principle, direction of force, right? Which is that we want to draw from the pressure point of the bow hand, right? So if we come out here, we're going to draw from here. When we anchor, we're going to want to maintain that, right? We want to maintain that line, right? As we load into the back. So go ahead and let down if you don't mind, and then let's just do a quick, set your hook and grip. You can start to think about your direction of force right here, drawing, and set up. Remember we had talked about using tension in the band to assist the bow arm coming up. Set alignment, right, drawing back, and then there it is. Is that a different feel?
Yeah, that's
right. So now I'm just gonna, kind of put some pressure here. Go ahead and transfer as much as you can, right? And do you feel a different pressure point? How does your hook feel?
It's different.
It's different. That's all right.
I
so we can leave that there. I mean, that's one way to get rid of the band.
That's good.
Right. Go ahead and pick up the bow and let's practice 1, 2, 3 times without an arrow. All right, yeah. Tab, sling if you feel like you need it. Okay.
Because I'm not going to fire anyway.
right? And then set alignment, and then draw to load, and then anchor, up and back. Go ahead and let that contact be solid. And let down.
I think one of the problems I'm having is this metal bit.
Ah, yeah, my favorite tab, yeah.
Because it's blocking my, you call it what? From touching, to making that good contact. I think this is.
I have an issue with, yeah, I don't know, I don't wanna.
I don't
Let's
think
just
I
say,
should.
let's be careful with our equipment choices, and this isn't anything to do with you, but this has been, I like the smaller metal plate
So
in the tab.
here,
You're right, in the metal's.
yeah, metal is touching. It's already touching my chin here. So
And
my
it's annoying.
web is not getting up there.
That's it, okay.
But I'm trying.
Yeah.
I think, but I can feel it. I can feel it much more. But
Right.
before it was just my tube.
Yeah,
But now, if I go like this, I can get it there. Yeah.
so let's do our best, just for the sake of the concept, right?
Yeah, understand.
Let's do our best, and what I would really like to see is if by changing the anchor hand position more under the jaw, that you have a different fulcrum, and then when you transfer, I'm curious about your feedback. Once you've done that, you know, does your hook change? In other words, I'm a fan of smaller plates in the tabs, big time, right? So then, right, and then transfer. Is your hook changing like it was before?
It's a little different.
Okay.
But I can get more solid grip, I think, than before. Before it was slipping off.
Right.
I was losing my grip and it was slipping off. But
And I think you could use a little bit of a deeper hook, especially on the index finger. It looks like to me that it's a little bit, you know, it's coming off a little bit,
then
right?
everything starts
So
slipping
we
off.
want to maintain that pressure, right? To keep we want to keep the string right here in line, you know, and then behind, and then slightly in front, right?
I'll try that again.
Maximum pressure on the middle finger, right? And then come back, good anchor now, it's different, and transfer, and is your hook changing?
No, it's better. Much better.
Okay,
Much better.
excellent. All right, let's keep working on it.
Okay.
Thank you for watching.